Sunday, August 2, 2015. This is Mercedes Diesel Guy, and this is my 1983 Mercedes 240 diesel. This is actually the rear differential. I'm getting close to putting it back in the car now. As you can see, it is now repainted. I only did that because it obviously looks like it had been painted black originally, and it was filthy, and it had a whole bunch of surface rust here on the top when I took it out. So I cleaned it up, and basically right now I'm going to get it ready for new axles. Now, one of the things I've been doing on this car, or I've been meaning to do on this car, is replace the CV axles. Now, the ones that came with the car were not original to the car. They were an aftermarket rebuild that the guy I bought the car from, he told me that they would make noise under the right conditions. Now, having worked on this car a lot this year, I now suspect that whatever noise he was hearing was actually in the rear suspension, not in the axle. That being the case, I am still going to replace them, even though they were recent aftermarket rebuilds. What I have is brand new aftermarket axles to go in. So basically what I need to do is install new side seals, which I have, which will be a little more than getting some oil on the seals and just tapping them into place. Aside from that, I also need to find the appropriate sized spacers for the axles. Now, from the factory actually uses spacers to make sure there's no play in the axle going in and out. Here's one of them. Now, this was on the driver's side of the differential, and I'm going to try the new axle with this same spacer on that side. But it looks like the mechanic who replaced the axles with the aftermarket rebuilds completely forgot and lost the spacer, which is supposed to go here on the passenger side. So I've got a whole bunch of new spacers from Mercedes, and I'm going to be doing a little bit of trial and error to fit these axles. More or less, I have to take off the rear cover of the differential and then, you know, pin the axles in place with the spacers. And if I can do that and there's no in and out play, then I know which spacers I need. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that I have this area cleaned up here on both sides to make sure there's no dirt, and at that point I will pop the rear cover off, get the new seals in, and try the new axles with spacers. So I will let you know how everything went when I'm done. Okay, I'm at my stopping point for the day, and I have this done. I'm not sure if you can see, but let me zoom in here. Obviously, you do see the new axles on either side, and what you see right here, that little tab, that is the circlip which holds the axle inside the differential. Now, like I said, critical with these axles on the Mercedes differential is getting the right spacer in there. Now, I still had the spacer from the driver's side, and I don't know if it was luck or whatnot, but the original spacer with the new axle, perfect. And I actually had to try two different spacers on the passenger side, but the second one I tried was the right size, and basically the axles turn nicely and there's no in and out play there at the flange. So that's all I meant to do today. I'm out of time, so I'm going to continue with this during the week. And what I'm going to do this week is I'm going to get the drive shaft back into the car, and then remount the differential, and then the axles. So this is Mercedes Diesel Guy. Thanks for watching.